Welcome to our structural design series. In today's model, I want to show you how you can change your characteristic strengths of steel before you run the design of your reinforced concrete member. Okay, so to do that, you quickly click on tools, you go to job preference. Now the reason why we need to effect the changes in the characteristic strength of steel is because in Nigeria, from the tensile strength test that has been carried out, it is discovered that the characteristic strength of uh, steel reinforcement is not up to 500 or even 460, but the software robot structural analysis professional has a default steel strength of 500 megapascal. So we cannot use that to design our structure. So we need to modify and also change the steel strength to whatever that is suitable in our local environment. So that is what we are going to do now. So when you click on job preference, when you click on tools, you click on job preference. I just assume that you might have done other settings. So you click on material. You click on material here. You can modify the material if you want to modify the material. So this is the material code, which is zero code. So you click here to do the modifications. So here you can modify the young modulus. So the young modulus for 410 is actually this 200,000 megapascal. Then this is the characteristic strength, which is 410. Then the limit strength for tension we also adopt 410. So we have the damping ratio 0.04, then the Poisson ratio 0.3. So you can as well change this. This is just a name or a description. So you can change this to steel. So when you change this to steel, let me modify this now. So this will now become 410 steel. So here, young modulus for 410 is, so I will change this, just highlight that, add 0 to it, then come here, change this to 410, change this also to 410. So from here, I can add, okay, this unique name, give a unique name to the new material. Material will say already existed, okay. So I can add a to this, can add a to this. So let me check. So it's telling me that also exists. So I can call this one C, can add C to it. Already exists. So let me use F and C. Okay, so let me go back to what I have before. Use A, click on OK. So I can set this as default, can set that as default. Okay, so once you are done with that, the next thing is for you to click on, okay, you click on the database. Then you come under reinforcing bars, you click on reinforcing bars. Okay, so I can delete this and add a new material. So let me delete this so that you see how I will add a new material to it. So just delete this, then I will come to that add database. So I will come here, click here. Let me click on this one. Still the same thing. Then add. Then from here, I'll click, then come to this. Okay. So I want to change the characteristic strength. The default characteristic strength of steel is 500 megapascal. So I want to change it to 410. So to do that, I'll click on that, edit it, 4.1. So you have to take time to do it, 4.1. Click this, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, 4.1, Okay, so when you are done with this, what you will do is you click on save to save the changes that you have made on the database. So when once you are done with that, you click on OK. Then you can now save this as save current parameter as default. So I will save that as default. Then I will click on OK. Okay, so let's check if what we have done is effective or not. So let's just um, apply it to this beam. So you click on the beam, you come to design, provided reinforcement of RC element. Okay, so you click on OK. So you close this. So let's start with the calculation option. So these are calculation option. So here, let me just use this privilege to also treat this because someone in the platform has an issue concerning the minimum concrete cover that when he changes this to either 30 or 35 that it shows error. So I don't know why it should show error. So what you need to do here is that for the longitudinal reinforcement, you can just change this to 25. Then for the side, this 25 also. For the top, 25. So here you can fix it. You can actually fix it. So you can fix this. You can fix this. Okay. This is under minimum cover. This under minimum cover. Then longitudinal reinforcement axis. Okay. So now we move to reinforcement. So as you can see here that we have the default to be 500. So we want to change this from the 500 megapascal to 410 that we have defined. So you simply, once you have done that, you simply click on this. Simply click on this. So when you click, this will change automatically. So here you can now change your ductility class. That is which we have been. We know how to go about that. So then this is for the longitudinal reinforcement. So you can check this out. So we want to use H16 for it. Then for the traverse, the same thing also. So we change this, then the ductility class is C. Then we come here, we change this to H10. Then we go for the additional reinforcement. The same thing here, we change this. Then we come here. So we can use H16 for this. And you can save this. You can save this as your standard setting. So you can call this standard setting. You can say standard set. So you click on OK. So when you click on OK, you can OK this. Now, since we are focusing on how to change, since we are focusing on how to change the reinforcement, the reinforcement strength, that is the 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 characteristic strength of the steel. So I don't want to do any other thing. I don't want to further do any other thing because I don't want this video to be unnecessarily long. I don't want it to be unnecessarily long. So we have said everything. Look at this standard said yes, standard yes. So we can now click on OK. So let's just click on calculate. I know that it's going to show error but because we have not done other setting. But let's just run the calculation. Okay. So we click on OK. So let's go to the beam node. That is the calculation sheet for us to check if what we have done as if the change has been yes. So you can look at it here that we now have 410 and here 410, here 410. So that is basically how you can change your steel grade or your steel characteristic strength from 500 megapascal to whatever that you want. So I believe that you have learned something today. I believe that you have learned something today. So you have learned something today. So thank you very much. And I believe that some of the questions that we have on the platform, I've been able to use this short video to answer them. So thank you very much. See you in our next class. Bye.